Man, that was tough to watch. The Bucks beat the Raptors once again, 108-97. The Raptors were at home, and the Raptors had a 9-game home winning streak going. And the Bucks came in, just dominated the Raptors, and it was just tough to watch. It was just frustrating in that second half, where the Raptors were up in that first half, and it seemed like the Raptors were battling the Bucks real hard. But in the second half, the Bucks defense just took over. The Raptors offense went quiet, stagnant, and just couldn't get anything going in the half court. And the Raptors just started settling. If that was just the name of the game right there, the Raptors settled. 52 3-point shots in this game from the Raptors. Yes, they made a few shots here and there, but come on, guys. Just, you gotta attack the rim. You gotta get some easy baskets. You gotta create good looks. Like, some of the 3-point shots that were taken by the Raptors, contested, or the guy right in front of them. Like, come on. It was just, it was a struggle to score points in this game. But this was the type of game I was expecting. The two best defensive teams in the NBA, the two premier teams in the Eastern Conference going head-to-head. You were expecting some defensive shutdowns, and that's what it seemed like straight out of the gate. Both teams struggled to make the first basket, but the name of the game was consistency and, you know what, endurance. Because the Raptors played a strong first half. Second half, they just lost it, especially in that third quarter, which changed the entire game. The Raptors lost that quarter 34-19. Out of the gate in that fourth quarter, the Raptors tried fighting back. They started attacking the rim. Got good production out of Terrence Davis, who was relatively terrible in that first half. Started making some shots in the second half, but it just lasted like a few moments before Giannis and Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton came back in the game. Their size factor came back, and the Raptors couldn't score anymore on the inside. Brook Lopez shut down everything in that paint. Just 5 blocks, 2 steals. Was just standing like a guardian out there. Just couldn't get anything past him, man. It just looked tough out there for the Raptors. And my takeaways from this game is the Raptors have tons of improvement to go to. First off, rebounding. Raptors dominated on the glass. That could be a factor that the Raptors are missing Marc Gasol. So that one could be a little bit of work. But I gotta say, Pascal Siakam and the guards just couldn't box out the wings like DiVincenzo and Connaughton and George Hill. These guys were just jumping on the loose rebounds. It wasn't even Brook Lopez and Robert Lopez and Giannis all the time. It was the guards. And that's just effort, guys. You gotta box out, find your man, and get a body on him. Second reason I have is that the Raptors' dynamic duo failed in the pick and roll. And that is Serge Ibaka and Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry, 2 of 12. Serge Ibaka, 2 of 15. You ran this pick and roll, and when you're shooting that bad, you would think guys attack inside, get some pick and roll action, try to get to the line. But Serge Ibaka kept on settling for that 3-point shot. And I know it's been going on and going in recently this year. But man, when you're struggling hard. I think he went 1 of 10 from 3. And like after a while, you got to be like, man, this shot's not falling tonight. I got to get inside, use my big body, use those hooks, get a little mid-range pick and pop going. But he just couldn't make anything tonight. And it was a pure liability on the offensive end because they just kept disrespecting him, doubling Lowry, and Lowry kept forcing shots because Serge Ibaka wasn't making it. And then when Serge Ibaka did get into the mid-range, he just fumbled the basketball like multiple times, his butterfingers. He had like tons of opportunities for dunks or layups or hooks in the lane. Just couldn't get his hands on the basketball. Kept tapping it off his hands or tapping it off his knees. It was tragic to watch Serge play today. Chris Boucher, shout out to him. He had a strong first half. If you guys seen that dunk, that put-back dunk over Giannis and Pat Connaughton, check that out. That's a highlight in itself. That was amazing to watch. And he dropped a 3 in the first half. He was scoring well. He dropped another 3. And it looked like he was going to have a good game because Serge Ibaka was struggling. But second half, he went quiet, and they attacked him in the post, really got him off the floor because Brook Lopez kept posting him up and destroying him because he has a skinny build, and he's not going to be able to defend the big guys like that who play, like the post style. So he got off the court, played Serge. Serge good defensively, but offensively just wasn't there. Kyle Lowry started forcing some shots, made some bad decisions in the first half, bad decisions in the second half. Wasn't the best Kyle Lowry game. Got to be critical. Even though he's like one of my favorite players on the team, did not play a good game. Fred VanVleet was probably one of your lone bright spots. Shot the ball well, playmaked, and made a clutch and one 3-point shot near the end to give the Raptors a little hope, but the Raptors couldn't capitalize. OG was good. Pascal Siakam settled too many times for 3-point shots. Did make a few of them, but it just seemed like Giannis was taking a break on the defensive end because Pascal would just settle for a 3-point shot all day. And you got to attack him. You got to run the pick and roll and just go downhill. Otherwise, he's chilling on defense and can spend all his, energy on the offensive end. Yet the Raptors did a great job limiting him on to only 19 points, but 19 rebounds and 8 assists. So he dominated the game just in general. I think he had like 3 blocks too. He was all over the place. But the guy that really killed the Raptors tonight, in my opinion, Chris Middleton. Raptors kept him quiet early. Then, gave him a 3-point foul. Gave him free throws. Did it again in this game. And then that's it. He got a rhythm, and then he started making money. And as they call him, K Money or K Cash. And he just started raining on the Raptors from deep, mid-range, inside, back cuts, everything. However you want it, he gave it to the Raptors tonight, and he was efficient too. Killed the Raptors, and the Raptors got frustrated, picked up a few techs here and there. Not a pretty game, a frustrating game to watch. One that you might not want to watch, but this is a preview of what's going to happen in the playoffs. Because the Raptors had no answer for that defensive game plan by the Bucks. The Bucks' game plan was just to clog the paint and run back on defense, allow no fast breaks, and you know what? That solved the Raptors. And other teams are going to implement this kind of defense against the Raptors. The Raptors got to do a better job of breaking down these walls. And a few key other points just want to point out. Marvin Williams, a key addition at the trade deadline. He made an impact in this game. He was guarding Pascal Siakam, played him physical, frustrated him a little bit, and made threes when they needed it in the corners. And you know what? That could be a game changer, because if you think back to the previous seasons where they had Mirotic or Ilyasova, they were kind of a liability one-on-one defensively. But Marvin Williams could really hold his own defensively, so that might be a tough matchup for Pascal Siakam, and he's got to get better against that. Another thing is both the Lopez brothers can shoot the 3, so the floor is completely spaced, even though they have shot blockers on defense too. So that's another problem the Raptors got to deal with. And last but not least, Marc Gasol has been reported they're going to rest him for about an extra 2 to 4 weeks. They wanted to play about 8 to 12 games before the playoffs, so he's going to miss a fair bit of time. Norman Powell, there's no date when he's coming back. And the Raptors really could have used his offense because the 3-point shooting wasn't there. The Raptors really could have used that, but his energy and his spark and his aggressiveness to attack the paint, Raptors needed that. Because whenever the Raptors attacked the paint, I got a little paint touch and kicked it out, then they got good looks. Then they knocked it down. Like OG drove in, kicked it off to Pascal, knocked down 3, wide open. If they just ran in and got a paint touch, this could have been a different game. But the Raptors turned the ball over too many times, allowed the Bucks to score tons of times off their turnovers, 19-5 in that category. Raptors only won the fast break points by a little bit, out-rebounded. The Bucks got to the line about 15 more times by attacking more, and they really piled up the fouls on the Raptors all game long, and they were in the bonus pretty much at the 6-minute mark of like each quarter, felt like, except the fourth. A lot of things to go back to the drawing board with. Gotta know where you made mistakes, how to defend, especially guarding guys like Eric Bledsoe. The Raptors didn't force him to shoot too many threes in this game. He got into the lane, got to the line, and then bam, he got into a rhythm, and then he started knocking down some threes as well. But you got to keep Bledsoe out of the paint, let him shoot the threes, and keep the rest of the guys intact. Giannis made a big three to give the dagger, so if he starts hitting that shot, it's going to be a real mess for the Raptors. But you know what? This is a good game to put yourself in perspective, where you stand, and where you stand against the better teams and the best teams in the NBA. So it's a good test, a good early challenge. The Raptors face the Bucks 2 more times, so we'll see how the Raptors adjust, and hopefully some of the players come back so we can really see how we can adjust and fight against this Milwaukee Bucks team, which is leading the NBA by a wide margin. Guys, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the Raptors Wrap Up. Until next time, peace.